something here. No one cares that you're awake. That's your fact. Let's see, get tons of food every day. Donuts, sex. I can't care more than you. I'm thinking like, sure. Nobody care more than yourself. But to help you out, help yourself out. Good government would help me out now. It's back to front. Get my mind. I want to know about going for hard time. Keep this in your head. In my corner, it's like a cup and a water. Ain't no time. It's hard to win. I can't find a career. What separates me from other people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming. I went before a record 4,020 pull-ups. I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I'm like, in the paper, what are you doing? I'm doing it fast. I'm thinking, mine's the fact, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups a minute, so many hours, maybe 20 pull-ups. How much time I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. Give me open mind to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes, my body light up about things. Because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to attack it. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul whenever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with this thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of the king. That's certified for shit. It's day one, mother. This is hour one. You get a wide range of life in just 19 hours. You know, like you get to like mile 50 and your mind's saying, you gotta get out of here, man. And you get to like mile 60, okay, we're feeling good. You have all these highs and lows that you have to manage within this suck fest 19 hours. That's what I get from a lot of these different things. Like human growth of the mind. Without friction, there is no growth. Without friction, there's no growth. To this day, it is for me to become better mentally. How I look has just become like I have hundreds and thousands of miles on this body. Running, pull-ups, push-ups, swimming, whatever you want to call it. This body is what it is now. It's from repetition. It's not from studying, hey, if you can hold your plank for this long, I don't care about it.
98,000 push-ups every day.
I'm going to continue to harden because that's the only thing I want. That's what I want. I want to have that mind ready for life. By the time you wake up, by the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war.
90,000 push-ups this year.
Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war.
Why?
Because I have so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions. You know what? That. When the alarm goes off in the morning, don't wake up. Don't wake up, worry about that. You're in school, you know what? That man, it's too hard to step. So don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy. You don't have to. So guess what? You fail. Don't blame your mom. Don't blame your dad. Don't blame teachers. One person to blame is yourself. I have worked myself so hard that I turn a person this up to this motherfucker right here. You cannot live in that normal mindset. You must be your best on your worst day. You have to do something that sucks every day. Because why? Once you overcome the suck, oh, now you're powerful. You've overcome yourself already. So now you're ready to battle. You look in the mirror. Every morning we all look in the mirror to get ready to go to work. To go anywhere. Everything you see is your reflection. If you don't like what you see in the morning, you lost the war already. It's not even liking what you see. It's about looking in the mirror and you may start to I feel different. That reflection not everything. It's a feeling you're supposed to get. So you have to, in life, once you leave your house, the war begins. In your house, you have some control. And that reflection in the mirror, you have to control that reflection in the mirror. That's how you start your day. Leave your house feeling like, okay, I can fight. I've established the mentality to fight. If you don't develop a routine of suffering, and suffering is not like go out and kill yourself every day. It's being uncomfortable. Keeps you hungry every day. If you live in your victories for so long and say, I'm gonna go challenge myself for 30 days or 2 weeks, or run this one marathon. And it ends, I did one marathon. Okay. That's why it leaves you. It leaves you because you have to set the next obstacle. Obstacles is how you grow. You must continue to have friction. Friction is where growth is at. No friction, there's no growth.
98,000 push-ups every day.
Judge myself.
It's 98,000 this year.
But I'm the best. The mediocre people.
No days off.
98,000. Around people that would make this perfect.
Yes, sir.
Just put ourselves amongst the uncommon people. We don't like that feeling. That challenge that feels that perfect third voice, hey, push your stuff for a run. We don't like that challenge. Let that person who says, well, that's not good. It's all okay, right? They all pizza and shit once again. We like it. We love that feeling. Why? It's damn good, bro.
Great work.
Say, man, no, bro. Get your no, man. Stop being a punk. We don't want that of us.
1,000 push-ups every day. Day 98.
Most times they just feel nice and good and secure in our. That's the mediocrity of life. We want to be the best among
Someone's around the corner. Shirt on TV.
time. Because after I accomplish something, I will sit back. A lot of times, having blood, having this, having that. Get comfortable. And wonder why I'm getting beat, man. I don't know. I lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the mountain, guess what happens? I'm good. I'm good. So you wonder why you're falling down now. Because once you hit the top of the mountain, you got to that's mediocrity. A lot of people in mediocrity who have a nice resume. But they're one timers, man. They hit a one-time deal. They bust it over. Got
150 dome.
Now, man. What are you doing today? Tomorrow, next day. That's what I'm listening to. I don't listen to that bull. I listen to who's like this, man. What's wrong, man? I'm tired. Why are you tired? Because tomorrow, I gotta do it again, man. Whatever it is that made me nauseous and sick to my stomach, it made me hurt. Just go empty. And that's the person I listen to. That's the person who's gaining knowledge. You gain knowledge through stuff. The other thing that's suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's a beautiful world. And that's where you find yourself. You'll find yourself. Find yourself on the other end. Like the 100-mile race I was on, we're back to 24 hours. I found myself. That 19 hours I found there's a whole other world out here. That the world's in body. That's what all that is about. Mediocrity is contagious. Whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth, it's a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability. They say, hey, my dad would beat the hell out of me. He's not coming back. All these things are coming back. I have all those things that people may have done to you. Now it's yours. You gotta own it. It's yours now to fix the problems that people didn't. It makes no sense. It's not fair. I get it. But if you live in that what was me mentality of guess what? My dad is to me, my mom is to me. People who bully did this to me. You're gonna always live right there. You have to figure out ways to move forward because you're not coming back. And start
1,000 diamonds every day.
Don't that callous, that scar in your mind. You want to break you have to break it open like that blood flow. Get a little blood flow in your brain. Get let all this stuff flow out. All that toxic stuff.
Day 98.
You you are doing this to yourself. Yes, people may have helped you get there because now some painful truth.
Work, champ.
Painful truth. Like all those people in high school and everything else, they don't know how you're gonna end up. So you gotta make sure that you constantly are rewriting your book. You have to constantly rewrite you on every day of your life. You know, and that these aren't just words I say, this is how I have to live. Like, these are conversations I have with myself. And I say, conversations I have with yourself. You live with every single day. But most of our conversations are not the right ones. That's what God did. Push us to the place where we go. We don't want to people sitting in that toxic environment that you helped create and everybody else helped create, and you just live it. You live in that muck. That conversation is placed in your head. Because you don't find a kind word of saying that, you know what, I've gained something. No. When I couldn't read, not like, hey, you don't learn this. No, I cannot read. I'm fourth grade reading level, I'm struggling. And sometimes I call myself stupid.
Running down.
Don't take it like my diagnosis won't work. We have to work for this honest. The conversation has to become an honest conversation of where you're at mentally. Where am I mentally? I look like shit. I feel like shit. I'm not this. I'm falling behind in school. I'm lazy. My house is a mess. You have to look at what it is and call it what it is. Don't find words to make yourself feel better. Because that's what, so we hang around people that make us feel better, that tell us what we want to do, not what we need. And so we stay away from those people. And we stay away from those people, like our internal dialogue becomes that kind, it's okay. It's not okay. So that's where it starts. It starts with that accountability. It's not okay anymore. This can no longer be okay. And calling yourself out for exactly what you are, exactly how you fix it. That's what it's going to do. Never forget to train your mind. In life, a lot of us work an asshole, trying to get to a better place, a place that makes us feel better about ourselves. Some people want to do fortune races. They're starting to PR during training. Some people want to be a lawyer or a medical student. So they're taking these practice tests and they're pushing the practice test. But guess what happens? Once you get to the actual event, your mind isn't ready. Your mind's not prepared. You've been studying, you've been training, you've been working out, but your mind's not prepared. Story for you. When I was 19 years old, falling in the airport, trying to do air rescue. I was doing push-ups, sit-ups, swimming, I was doing all this shit, knocking out the park. One of the best in the class. But the second the obstacle got my way, I wasn't prepared for it mentally. I was a beast. All I was doing was I was training a bigger, stronger, faster, quick. You gotta train your mind for all obstacles that might get in your way. It took a while to get to that point where enough was enough. I came back one night from work and long story short, I took on the discovery panel. Also got and we were going to get fast as people, eating out of the water, down in the bill. It was something. I was faced like 297 pounds. And I had to make a change in my life. I was all-time low. And I wasn't going anywhere. And I was exactly what everybody said I was going to do.
Ready? Yes, sir.
So long story short, when I realized no one was here to help me, and the feeling I had every morning, I started shaking my head with the same thing. And the feeling I had every morning, looked in the mirror, was horrible. And I didn't like that. And all I felt was a kid going nowhere, a kid that was scared. And most kids will accept that and look for help. But the best thing that happened to me, no one helped me. No one helped stars me. I had to figure out I wasn't going to be a punk kid all my life. So the way I could turn around was to suffer. I had to build calluses in my brain. The same way I built calluses on my hands. So I go against the world's records for books a long time ago. But I failed it twice. And I did 67,000 pull-ups and trying to break this record. So to do 4,030 pull-ups, I had to do 67,000 for training for that. And so what I realized is for me to become the man I wanted to become, I saw myself as the weakest person God in this game.
Good work.
brain. So I want to change that to be the hardest man ever created. Am I that?
96,000 push-ups every day.
Not going to school, being bullied.
98.
Things possible a human being can ever do. And that'd be the only way that I can build this great anything that comes in front of me, house in my mind. You pay yourself. If you can for the rest of your life live inside of yourself. Stop listening to people who are calling you fat, gay, transsexual, you're everything that makes no sense. All these insecure people putting their insecurities on you, you gotta flush it out. You gotta just be whoever the hell God, whoever the hell you believe in. You believe in nothing but yourself. I don't care what it is.
98,000 push-ups every day. 98,000.
And
98,000 push-ups this year. Like, subscribe. You over here, we working every day.
looking in a book or by even hearing me, I may give you the spark, but you've got to go inside yourself to find it. That means you gotta be quiet. Shut the fuck up, go in a room, stop talking, search your soul, search your mind, search your abilities, and you'll find it. But if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. So you got to go start the journey.
Good work. Any work is good. 30 squats, 50 squats, consistency is everything.
Always asking the question, why? We all look for toughness.
We're here every day. Day 98,000 diamonds every day.
You not
Subscribe, like that.
in the comfort zone.
98,000 push-ups is good.
You're
Someone's around the corner. Shoot you can run.
the only way you find it is to ground yourself in a position where you're just out, where you can't swim, you're drowning. You're drowning. You're drowning in life. Can you see those, man? Yeah. I'm gonna figure out how to make backstroke stuff. I'm gonna figure out how to you're figuring out all these tools. Your mind starts to when you quit, your mind goes
1,000 push-ups this year.
quit. This is the 40%. When you quit, your mind says we're done. So it doesn't expand. There's no expansion when you quit. When you say I'm drowning, I'm miserable, I'm suffering, I'm broken, but I'm not the one in there. What happens to your mind is it does this. It says, he's not leaving. So we gotta expand. We gotta grow. We gotta figure this thing out. So then
Great work.
they have to work. They have to work. And then you start to engage parts of your mind you never engaged before. But you can't engage it by sitting back in these nice chairs, drinking this nice water.
I know y'all want to see a big time muscle one. Just give me a minute though. Hour cardio before this. So I'm a little quiet tonight.
You're forcing your brain now to on a level. It's not in confidence by going to the spot that makes you happy. It's gonna be a false reality. And the second life gives you that challenge, all you want to do is go back to what made you confidence, or what gave you confidence. Is that happy spot? No. What gives you confidence? What gave you confidence was spending years at the kitchen table trying to learn how to read and write all my own. Realizing I can't learn the way you learn. I can't. But I can learn. But getting confidence, not being afraid, is overcoming the fear. It's not in that comfort zone. It's in the discomfort zone. Is where my confidence is put. That's what's getting built. But people
Sorry. Go back on my house faster.
Years old, and they die of miserable, having everything because they never examined. I call it my mind autopsy. never examine this happiness, peace, like all up here, man. It's all up here. If I start talking like this, people are like, I don't know. It's the truth, man. It's all up here. It's never going to go and face it. And how far this comes, you know what it is? It's like you go back to your Instagram shit. It's a church, you look for comfort. But then was insecurities. And we all looking for that cookie that your mom used to talk about. You were sick. We look for our life, for our husband. We look for comfort. Those moments, you must retrain your mind to think differently.
Anything he can do, I can do. I don't hear about nothing about weight, none of that shit. Just put into the work. I need grind. I started a year ago doing myself like that.
Standard is not what they need to meet. It's a mental standard. You must meet once. You're always a victim. Even if you have everything in your life, you can realize that you've changed. There's so many things in life. What are you doing? You know what?
Yeah.
Remember this. It's in the Bible. It's in the fucking charts of fucking lifestyle. So when you saying yourself support, there's no coach, there's no training to keep you going. It's only you. So think about this. You're working your whole life to get up and see the table. The see the table is one of the best, amongst all the best people in your career field. So you finally get that level. It's steak, lobster, it's a big dinner. Everybody's showing up, dressed to the nines. Make sure you're soaking wet before you're getting after it, working out hard. Towel on your neck. You respect the event. So make sure you put that towel on that nice chair so you don't get up. The whole thing is this. Don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You never don't. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Your mind starts to say, yeah, this is stupid.
Yes, you are.
But if you are already know this is gonna happen, you have all the answers to these questions that your mind starts to give you. You're excited about. And that's what I realized.
You turn that's your visualization of those moments over and over.
Over and over again. You have to be
Right.
over, but not there at the graduation. You gotta be there in the worst suffering that you know over and over. You gotta live that in your life. The only way to see who this motherfucker is to suffer. And do it right. So let's go. Because why? What I found out in my life, I found myself as and I found out, and the only message I want to get across is once you change one thing, your accent, you can attack. And I like suffering in the way that is that brings out absolute best in everybody else. So like I want to see a man be defeated. I want to see a man get broken and safe. I love these men. These men I love, but there's very few of them. Very few of them. And there's very few that are willing to go there more than once. And every time I started running further and further, okay, I got to the 10K. I'm a Boston Marathon. I mean the Boston Marathon like 3:10:59 for my age. I'm like, yes. And then I started using all this external for motivation. Okay, who the f can go out here and run 100 miles, no training? I'm broken. Most broken I've been in my life. Now I'm running a marathon. Who can do it? So I started learning myself. By things that this one being a 500 pace. And I started feeding myself. They can do this. Before I knew it, man, that's like the last 6 miles, I was off the pace. I just kicked it. And I did like a 3:08 change. I was like, and that was like, what have I been leaving on the table? Right. I've been leaving so much on the table for pain. And that's when I started like going crazy about time. Like, what the hell am I like? What is up? Like they open these different doors of like possibility. And like, what is truly possible? What are we capable of? Like, people. I didn't even know. I was just amazed by what I was able to do by a simple fact of just reasoning and working with pain and pain management. And my mind just kept on growing from there. And it happened in LB, it happened in 100-mile race, happened here, and started evolving into what it is now. To where now I'm like, God, dog, man, mine, we are leaving so much on the table. People take so much. She sounds crazy. Don't listen to it, man. Just
What?
I'm giving like,
examining your brain. You're not examining your brain. Message it. That's not. Examine your fucking brain. When I was going through ranger school, we had to do a lot of spot checks. A spot check is basically you have time to get all your gear laid out to make sure you have all your shit. So a spot check is maybe it'll check out 2 items. Maybe make sure you have extra batteries, extra ammo, whatever it may be. The whole idea of a spot check is to make sure that you're staying squared away. If you don't know what kind of items they're going to check on. So how does that apply to your life? This is how it applies. You want to make sure you spot check yourself, make sure you stay dialed in all the time. It's also important to check your spot check your boys, your girls. Make sure that they're staying hard. Call them in the middle of the night. Give them comments at 8 o'clock. Make sure they're staying dialed in. I don't live on the surface today. Surface is what got me where I was at. It got me from 175 pounds to 200 pounds. I don't give a damn. I'm good. No, they're hollow words. A lot of us speak in hollow words. I used to I don't do everything that comes about that substance. True.
Yeah.
And we all have these feelings in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls.
the last muscle that messed me up, but we getting it.
We allow
Yes, sir. Gym at home.
Most of us, we live in a box. And we don't want to go outside that box at all. Outside that box is all these possibilities of life. What we do is shadow.
Be 98,000 push-ups every day. Subscribe, like something we do every day. We got to 55 days a year.
Give me that. Give me all these things.
You know, I think
Yeah, wait.
Shackles. Me and you and everything. There'd be no book. There'd be no book.
it's like, wait, I didn't give no water. I can find it.
Not knowing that you have the power in yourself to change millions of lives by facing life, by facing yourself. And to do that, I would die never knowing that I have the power to change millions of lives. Well, hospital most. Well, hospital most that if I would have died at 30 pounds, I said I'm 75 years old. I got to heaven, and God has the chart like that. Everybody's life. God don't know. Let's say that. I don't care what you believe. Doesn't matter. I'm not judging anybody. Let's say my thing is God. You get to heaven, I'm 30 pounds and sit down. I was a cockroach joking my whole life. And we're sitting down just like this, your God down there. And he gives me that chart. And he says, look at this. Now look at this chart. And on the chart it has all these different things. But my name's on it. But these things aren't me. I was gonna change the world. I was gonna set records. I was gonna be a Navy SEAL. I was gonna be
Already killed me before.
honored here, honored there. I'm like, God, I said, David, God I was last week from cockroaches. 300 pounds. Said here I'm 185. It says here I got a bachelor's and a master's. It says all these things. And so you were supposed to be graduating. And so, that's how you put in the book, man. So going up, going down, going up, just the real raw person of how my life was. There's so many depth to go back through your life to find to home that I almost got embarrassed to even put it out there to people. Yeah. That's been our damn, man. Like, even me right now to talk to you, I'm in the car for an hour pumped up. Because I'm a shy, introverted, leave me alone type of guy. Like
1,000 push-ups every day.
at a play who can't sing his line because I'm going to stutter in front of 5 people. So I walk off stage. That's still me. So every day I'm fighting that dude. So people think, oh my God, man, you're a podcast. Looks so crazy, so evil. No, I'm trying to be locked into Joe. So my mind's in off say, let's run out the damn door. There's people watching me on the fucking podcast. I don't open that damn door and get the hell out of here, man. So that's the real me. So I'm not sadistic, man. I'm focused. All I have to do is stay locked into the game of life. And that's what I tell you.
Like it. I'm doing a caution an hour before this. You know, man, these are feeling waves. So we have the band here. Front leg forward, back leg back. Oh.
So the other day, this guy sees me, and he's got to speak his mind. I said, good, do that. Help me out. All the cussing and stuff like this. But what he has to realize, when he was walking up to me, I was touching him. I was going to say, it was a big fat sloppy looking motherfucker. I'm lazy for that. So, I gave his opinion about me. I smiled. He gave mine about him. I'm still. You know what?
Just calm it down.
What's motivating me is stories I'm telling you about what I did in my life. Once I stop living that, I'm no more.
Yeah, so
I am not the fucker that you are now being motivated from. So right now in the mirror, I now got back to balance. I'm now back to my
600 down.
Some people like 4 range push-ups. I like shorties. I'm engaged the whole time, right? So unless you can do it properly, you're engaged. It's just straight pumping the whole time, blood, blood, blood. But I'll knock nothing. All push-ups are good. I like shorties.
don't have any peace in it. Don't get twisted. People.
Black Superman.
I had to be hard on myself. And I have to continue to grind myself into a fine dust. Period. That's where I feel good. I think I accomplished something. If things come easy, it's not fun. I must fail at something repeatedly. That's the fun. And then once I complete it, I don't want to sit out and say, oh, here's an A. We're good. No. I want to turn it in a million times and say you failed. You failed. I said, okay, look at that. It sits there and analyzes. These places that people don't go to anymore because all this with social media shit. Everything's computerized. I want to go to that dark place in my life and okay, how? And I said, I might quit, but not yet. It was the worst thing I can't. I said, I might quit because when you're not going to quit something yet, your mind spins. Like, I'm done. Like, I 30 miles, long way to go. Just fresh. I've already gone 7 for most of my life. I'm like, okay, so I'm giving my mind some space. Because if you don't get the space, it's just going to freak out. Everything I do in life is sucks. That's why when I was 100 pounds, at 24 years old, it wasn't like I had some big picture of let's just go be an ABC. Let's lose some weight. No, I knew my entire life I'm going to be a struggle, which is why I just ignored it. And I said, I'm not even trying to jump off into this.
I'm also on day 3 fasting, no food, straight liquid. So I'm still getting my work.
Mine is wired now is that everything I do is what I do. Because the focus it takes for me to, like right now, I'm running. I'm not like a great 650. I'm not injury free. So like my first 20 minutes of run, I'm limping. I'm literally limping because I've had several knee surgeries and my body was twisted. And so now it's twisted. So people looking, oh, he's limping. Like limping when he runs. Yeah, my body jacked up, so I'm focusing on how to get the best out of the broken body. It takes everything for me to learn a sentence. So when I speak about David Goggins, I can't speak about David Goggins in a way that's just cool. Because when I wake up, I go to the journey that takes me by my greatness. And it's hard. And nothing is easy. Nothing just like, oh, I wake up and I just do this or I do that. It just, I watch people every day go through life. It's so easy. For me to be where I'm at today, it takes every bit of me. So when I speak about it, and as I get going here, you'll start seeing me, the people will rise, the passion will come out because I'm back. I'm doing what I do every day to become a human being. And so nothing is easy. Like running is running. It sucks.
1,000 push-ups every day.
Do you want to? Yeah.
1,000 push-ups every day.
This is what it takes. This is what it takes that misunderstanding of people, and they'll never get it because they never did God. So that is what it takes to get the right to. It may take you something different. So for me, everything has to be in the study. Everything has to be in this. Everything has to be everywhere I am has to be me. Right? I see where I'm at today, but I know where I come from. The first year I try to do is all stuff. And after a while, I start learning more and more and more and painting the subject. I learned just learning so much about stuff. Before I knew it, man, I built this beautiful car. Like, how did I do that? And I knew how. I know how to do it because I have all the tools. Do all the failure.
675.
God, the one thing that made me undead is being over. It's breaking myself down to the absolute rock bottom and being able to tell people who I am. I was a fat guy trying to be a Navy SEAL now. My life had come to this crossroads. And I'm like, man, you have to go right. And no one was going right. Everybody was going left. Like, you have to go right. And to know the pain and suffering I was about to endure by going right, the amount of accountability and failure I witnessed and suffered by myself alone on this journey, I have the ability to see the end before the beginning even begins. That's what woke me up every morning was I will put myself through this much pain and suffering for a few seconds. That's all it is. A few seconds of joy. It's so worth it, man. People don't get so I'm able to put myself at the finish line. You don't have no finish line. But at the finish line of an event, before you start, motherfucker, say, how are you going to feel at the end of this? I've already done this many times. And that's the one thing I practice and practice overnight. But also, the most important thing is I practice that feeling of accomplishment I'm going to have. So I'll set up your mindset, how you can picture yourself, how you can focus, how you can drive, how you can put yourself in so many situations to get out there.
Come on.
Those phones that we Google to find information. There's so many situations in my life that that's not going to help. People want to know how to get permanent lasting results. It's just not easy. Some folks go from heavy to losing weight back to heavy. Some folks go from lazy
700.
to studs back to lazy. The list goes on and on and on. A lot of folks take the 4-lane highway to get their results. The 4-lane highway is just that. It's the easy route. On that highway, they have road signs. 5 miles up, hotel. 10 miles up, restaurant. It's all of that. It's the easy road map. But the other choice that makes permanent is the shovel. Now, the shovel leaves you with calluses on your brain, on your hands. They're permanent. Pick up the shovel. Stay hard. Life's one big psychological warfare that you carry on yourself. You carry on yourself, man. The most important conversation I ever had is with myself. And I was telling myself was so tough, it was so wrong, it was so misguided. And other people start to write that down before you also. And it started to be what you say to yourself every single day. And I started creating a whole nother warfare, a whole nother battle started coming. I was like, oh, hang on a second, guys. You have these tools. You have these tools. Your life was basically perfect grounds for training for where you need to go to fight. All the beatings, all the bullying, all the you going through learning disabilities, all the struggles. It was an absolute perfect training ground for you to go and ready to go. And that's how I started looking at my life versus what was me, poopy pants, kicking rock down the street mentality. It was wrong. God just hooked you right the fuck up. He hooked you right up, man, with the perfect place. You were training. For the first 18, 19, 20, you were training for this stuff, man. You got the advantage of everybody else. Horses.
Want this?
So up,
Yes, please. Thank you.
down. And everyone, then you started being struggle. No, man, your struggle made you who you are now. So I started flipping this to a whole different. I started being a master of. Well, I was scared of. I was scared of my mind, and I became.
Thousand push-ups every day. I think I'm not looking.
Most people. I started diving in. I didn't care about these people. I didn't care about being the fastest person. I didn't care about. I wasn't making the Olympics. I wasn't going to pros. I could really read and write. Now I was a junior in high school. I wouldn't go anywhere. I saw working out as a way for me to build calluses on my mind. I had a callus over the victim's mentality. What was that? Criticize others. When we really got something going on with themselves, that's why we criticize the community. Quick story. Had some family come to town, eating some breakfast. So callus is nowhere to be found. I'm out for a little workout. I come back in from my run. Here come the jokes. Oh, let me guess. You were out running. You probably gotten 100 miles this morning. All the sarcasm, boy. You know how it goes. I annoy people. And they let me know about it.
750 down.
No idea how annoying it is to me every morning I wake up. I get a chance to see your lazy ass in bed. Remember this. Just because you work your ass off doesn't mean you will achieve you can work for. What if you the mindset to work your ass off for no guaranteed success? Never expect immediate results.
Let's not get songs.
Two victory colors.
You read my mind then.
No Mr. Work your ass
Last
off.
month, I will fuck that job.
Stay home.
You're so good. Alright.
Because you'll have a line.
Take that mindset and you're going to flip that round.
Yeah, it's fun.
You don't give yourself a way out. One way out can be any time. I'm going to be an ace. Or for die. No matter how far you get in life, you can go back and scratch and find at a moment. You never get so far without scratch. That means
We're at 43 minutes tonight. Obviously, you can see me doing muscle sprinters.
We don't.
It's all very work.
If you were here,
You can see.
scratch is what makes you better. Scratch, friction, obstacles create flow. There's no friction within this part of the game. You think you're nuts. You think it's fun. Chase no much friction. It's minor. It's why I'm sore. I'm gonna get a massage today. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat today. The refrigerator is always full. So your comfort till now, so the discomfort is now very minuscule to your discomfort back here instead of one place. So you have to go back to the total discomfort to then raise your level of where you're at now. I'm not saying stay there, stay there. This is a big raise your level. That's right. Always take day trips. Most people in that time frame, in that mindset, I can't run anymore. So, it's just gonna take a little bit longer. You have to just sit back and wait. Take wait 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years. You get to that point where you finish. That's the feeling for 12 years. That's it. It's like 12 years. That's what you should go like this. Yeah, feel. I'm doing it for 1 second. You can do this. This is all me. Some people know where's this cold
800. You're going down.
It's the reality of my life. It's reality of how to be. And even God is you break records, you do this, you do that. People want to know how are you able to just be so hard? I never turn the thing off. And once it turns off, I go right back to David God because that is. And that's the guy that I'm constantly fighting. And I don't need you to guide my future. I know it was good for me, it was bad. And for me, it took every bit of focus I could. I'm on social media. Some people love to go on because they want to show you the good stuff of life. I'm not teaching you good stuff. So I had to figure out a way. I came on because of 16 of teaching you what life really is for the majority of us. And so, while people love to show you the cars, the house, vacation, all that's good, all that's happening. I want to show you the side that no more you're going. And people hide your life. I don't want. I hit 24 years. That's why now I told you, you can pay every one.
Did 98,000 push-ups every day.
The first thing we have to learn, also study, go back, so you hear me study now and then, is because that was part of my life also. So it's funny, human beings want to show you the best side, and they want to hide the worst side. For me, I'm going to teach you how to be vulnerable. That's the only way you fix yourself. If you want to get better, do the that no one else wants to do. That no one else even thinking about doing.
1,000 push-ups every day. D98. 98,000 push-ups this year. Strive. Get all year. 1,000 push-ups every day. D98. 98,000 push-ups this year.
That song makes you feel good. The stronger your mind's gonna get.
Don't impair it. They're not seeing.
My mind's used to it. I can't get a break in life. I hate that damn mentality. I can't get a break. You aren't getting any breaks in life. You make them for yourself. You're all being tested. Oh, I tested different than yours. You will be tested. And how you face that test and how you overcome that test determines the rest of your life. The one mentality that you must have in life is that regardless of what's in front of you, you still must grind. I'll never be in the Olympics. I'll never be a professional athlete, but still I grind. I feel that most men
You don't.
I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me on a dark alley, at 1 o'clock in the morning, no one thing. I was grinding. All those days you don't want to do things. This instant conqueror.
Like I said, I'm using more hype. We both had lacrosse before this. So I'm kind of fatigued. And I'm fasting 3 days. No food, just fluid.
Still putting in that work. Yes, sir. Dropping every day. The hard sleep. Mandatory.
Standard operating procedure.
1,000 diamonds every day. 75. Going on 8, 7, 7. You'll be here all year. And that's the bad today. It's a fraction.
That's the trick you buy. Most people who get up on most days, everything stuff is still grind. That's the separator right there. Stay home. That's what people don't get. Maximize commendable potential. People look at me and say, man, that's what you got a lot of potential. No, I have a lot of accomplishments that I utilize my maximum potential. I maximize every bit I have to be where I'm at today. That's why I'm not a family. I don't take days off. I don't have that wiggle room that some people do. And a lot of people don't either. You got to make that shit up somewhere, Phil. Maximize your potential. What that means is now all time goes off. The feelings got to go away. Oh, it's raining outside, it's cold outside. You know where all that is going. That's what I'm talking about. And feelings must go away. It's always about human growth. It's not about
All that good work counts, right? Boy's tired tonight.
this trophy. It's about $2,500,000. Biggest trophy in life you have to learn. Like this brain. If I could put spray in somebody's head, say, you go Merry Christmas.
Live, raw, uncut.
Exactly. With no crime,
Great work. All work is great work, right?
no races, no finish line. It's amazing thing I've learned in my mind. By no one cheering you on. Like what that is every morning I do what I do. I don't have a trainer with me. I'm saying, hey, but you have to do this. I don't have to do anything. I've done it. That's the beauty of all this. Knowing that everything I talk about, no one even knows I'm tuned down the head. And I know that I grind like a mug. That's why I'm always pushing that limit because I know that within pushing these limits, there's always a limit. So I definitely like almost like back to back months. And to 200-pound range, 240 pounds once. It became something that was very easy. I figured it out. So that's why that happened because I know where I came from. And it's amazing that where I came from, that person could have died that very fat, lazy, ugly little person. And inside that person was this person talking to you is very freaky to me. And a lot of us have these two people. That you have greatness way over here, but you decide to live in this space over here. Because between greatness,
Oh, that's steaming.
it's a lot.
100 more.
So much space to
4 sets. 900 down.
mirror this space. So just examine all these spaces. There's still more. There's still more, still a lot more. You are your own man.
That's the right time for social.
You are your own masters. And that is a big one because we idolize so many people. And you want to be someone else. And in doing that, you lose all the potential of who you are. You mimic, you deem it, you learn it, you become it. It can lose you. And we look up to so many people in this world who will let us back influence. I'm going to put you. Never let somebody a fellow pedestal. You get used to playing that person come
925.
You make yourself totally accountable for who you are. You focus on you only. This person you do for others. You leave a lot on the table, not searching who we are. And therefore, you die not knowing your greatest potential. And that's the mentality that you must have if you want to be great. And the thing about purpose is this. The sad thing about it,
950.
don't believe in our arena. We think greatness is Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Serena Williams. It is. People have a lot of money. You have to put that in your Rolodex. Until you start to think that way, everything you think about, trust me, it will become exactly what you are. I want to be a horse.
1,000 diamonds when you begin.
That was my goal when I was 350. Most people are missing something because they don't know who they are. They never examined something. They've never done this experiment on themselves. The lab, all that guys. But you are a scientist. You create your own self. We're missing something. There's so much trapped in there. I don't want to say potential. I think that's the word shoots out too much too. There's so much in you that God or wherever they
975.
or in that you have not unlocked this gorgeous wife, great husband, all this money. Yeah, look, this is something because it's about 75% of you is still in it. Still chained up because you just didn't want to find your willpower, didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. That looks scary, like you're a little scary rabbit. Scary. You wake up every day and say, I'm stupid, I want to figure out a way to get smart. But this is the scary thing. Why most people don't want to do that, build that willpower, is because this scary. It unlocks a whole bunch of things about who you are and who you're not. And a lot of people don't want to go down that journey to discover who they are and who they're not. Because it's not a pretty journey. I mean, I've gone down it. It's not like I went down it once. I go down it all the time. And when you unlock that, and you can't just turn it off. You say, hey, how come you haven't retired?
Sure.
So, do you think it's affecting you? Higher because my knees hurt? It's telling me every morning. I wake up like, man, oh, my knees hurt, my legs hurt, my body hurts. But you can still run. So why aren't you running? Yeah, you can still run. There'll be a time when you can't lace them up anymore. How you can still run. So that's so people that have
Thousand.
and just
No, push-ups. 98,000 push-ups down. Subscribe, like, I'm here every day.
Let's give them a flex.
Thanks for that work.
great nowadays. Most people are weak at work. Most people don't want to go the extra mile. Most people
Summer's on my skin.
Make a lifestyle. Screw face.
Two pulls.
Great work tonight, champs. Bless.
We out. Be back tomorrow. 1,000 push-ups every day. Subscribe, like.